Hey everybody, hope all is well with you and that things are cool in your world. I wanted to thank you for tuning into another video here. Um, just thought of a little story that I figured I'd share with you guys today. Actually, I thought of it last night. Um, as I've told you before, my work with GG was always centered around, the music and the art as opposed to the shock stuff. And Gigi knew this. We went over that a lot, and he knew where I was coming from, and he dug the direction we were going. So he was always pretty cool with it. And as I said, we didn't have many hardcore blowups or anything. A couple minor things, but we worked it out pretty easily. But there were things that Gigi would do to me that were kind of like subtle and to kind of mess with me. And he knew that I was trying to record a lot of video footage and interviews and, even going back to North Carolina. I was trying to gather as much video interview footage as I could with him because I wanted to do, a full-length video, which that's what the full-length Carnival of Excess became, which I have a link below in the description if you want to check it out. It's free. It's full-length. Pretty cool. Anyways, so we were sitting there one night, and it was late, and we were hammered. This is one of those late nights where we were just, blotto, and we're kind of sitting around and I think at one point Gigi was playing guitar a little bit, whatever, and but we were just, it was one of those saturated states of inebriation. So you guys might have seen the table. If you've seen some of that footage that I shot in my living room, you've seen the table with all the beer bottles and the glasses and everything all over it. So Gigi's kind of sitting behind that. And all of a sudden he's like, let's do an interview. And I'm just like, oh man. And kind of when Gigi was like, he hated doing it. He didn't like doing interviews that much. So when he said that, you kind of have to kind of roll with the punches. You kind of have to go with it. So we have his, one of his albums blaring in the background, and the S sessions is going on in the background, and it was loud, and I think Gigi was messing with me because he knew it was loud, we were wasted, and there was no way any good footage from this interview wasn't gonna be worth a damn. But I acquiesced. I was like, okay, Gigi, sure, and so I got the camera rolling, and I'm trying to think of a good question or two to ask him because, again, late, inebriated, all the rest of it. And so I figured out some question to ask him. And this is how I knew Gigi was messing with me. I asked him this question. He goes, yes, that's it. So I ask him another one, and he gives me the old no. So at this point, I knew, okay, he's just, he's just messing with me. He knows that, we haven't done many interviews, and in his head, it was probably like, okay, I'm going to give him an interview. I just won't answer anything. I'll just answer yes or no, or, something ridiculous. And I think that was the time where he starts beating his head on the table and the can and, whatever. Anyways, so we're kind of done with this interview, whatever, if you even want to call it that. And, I'm just sitting there trying to think of something to, say or another question or whatever. And all of a sudden, Gigi kind of gets up on his knees and he grabs a cup, that was sitting on the table. And then he starts, taking a leak in the cup. And I'm like, okay, whatever, thinking to myself, well, that's just Gigi. Maybe, didn't want to be bothered with walking the 30 feet to the bathroom and he's just going to piss in the cup and be done with it. Fine, no biggie. So he puts the cup down and zips himself back up, and he's sitting there, and I, I'm just like, oh God, what's he gonna do with this? I hope he's not gonna start throwing this all over my house or something stupid. And then he did it. Picked up the glass, hoisted it up, and started drinking his own piss. And even in the video, I recorded all this. I have it all on video. I've never released it, but I go, that's GG Allin's own piss. So he takes a couple big slugs of it and puts it down, and I'm kind of stunned. And I think I even said something like, is the interview over? Are we done? He's like, yeah, we're done. So it's just kind of one of those funny things. We got absolutely no questions answered that were worth a damn. And, Gigi knew I wasn't going to use any of him drinking his own pee in the video. So basically what he was doing was he was kind of trolling me and just kind of, messing around with me a little bit and getting his own little inside chuckle, which is fine. At that point I knew those little sinkholes where Gigi would be going, and I kind of just rolled with the punches and everything like that. But it was so after we shut the camera down and whatever, so we're kind of just sitting there and having another beer or whatever, and I kind of looked at him and I said, "Are you done with that?" And he's like, "Yeah." So I picked it up and just threw the cup of urine out in the front lawn. I didn't want that thing spilling all over the house and doing whatever. But so that was that. It was a little funny story about GG Allin drinking his own. So anyways, that was it. Just figured I'd share that with you guys. If you could give me a subscribe and a like and comment on the video, let me know what you think. Hope you guys are enjoying these stories. I think you are, judging by the comments, so that's cool. And like I said, I got some links down below for you to check out. And also, I'm on Instagram at Ponk Media. If you want to follow me there, I put a lot of photos and stuff on there as well. So anyways, thanks again for checking this out, and I hope you guys have a great day. See ya.